Alrighty, so you want to know how much a website costs, and I bet you're having a really tough time figuring it out, because any salesperson worth their salt is not going to tell you how much a website costs without a long, drawn-out meeting. But here's the deal. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a business owner, so I can tell you straight up what makes a website cost so much. In this video, I'm going to break down what makes a website cost what it does. But if you don't want to know all the components that go into making a website cost what it does, that's okay. You can hop on over to MayeCreate.com and check out our website cost calculator. Type in your numbers, your information, and without ever talking to a salesperson, figure out how much your website would cost. So without further ado, I'm going to break it down into the components and explain how they can cost more or less within the estimate of your website. Boom! I'm MayeCreate with MayeCreate Design, and I've been building websites, or I guess my company's been building websites, since 2005. When estimating a website, professionals take into consideration the four main parts of your website. The first is the process that they'll take you through to build it. Second, the content that goes into it. Third, the functionality of the site, what it does. And fourth is your post-sale service. What do I mean by that? Let's dig deeper. When I talk about process, I mean who's doing the work. Is it going to be you? Are you going to hire somebody else to do it? And if you're not doing it yourself, then what type of company do you plan to contract with to develop your website? There's anyone from freelancers to sisters, college students, all the way up to agencies. And the people that you choose will impact the cost of the site. I'm sure you can imagine working with your sister, especially if she's a freelancer, is going to be far less expensive than working with a full-blown agency. There's two different types of website design that I hear about most often when talking about an agency building your website. The first would be a template-based design, meaning they go out to a template library and they purchase a template, or they might even download one for free, and then they retrofit it to make it meet your needs. This option is less expensive because it's like a spec home. You move in to what you get. It can have cons because it's not as flexible as the next option, which is a custom designed website. In a custom designed website, you begin with the end in mind. You start with a design and then you build out the design and put the functionality in that you need for the website to do what you want. So it's a much more flexible process, but it also takes more time to develop, and it requires someone with more skills to do as well. So how much does each design type cost? Well, a template design, like I said, it could be free. You could download a free one from WordPress.com, or you could go out and buy one that's a little bit more robust. They usually hit around $100. Now, for the custom design, it's based on what you need out of it. Generally, they're going to start around $1,500 and work their way up. Going back to the original thought, though, that will depend on who you choose to build it for you. All the things that we just talked about is basically building the framework for your website, choosing the company who's going to do it and how they're going to put the framework together. Now, you have to have a plan to put the stuff into the website, and this stuff we will refer to as content. Content is text, it's photos, it's video. And before you decide, I'm going to save all this money and I'm going to do it myself, you should probably ask yourself, do you even like to write? Do you have time to write? And what's your competition doing? Do they have amazing drone footage on their website? Remember, you want to look as good, if not better than them. No, you want to look better than them. So you need awesome drone footage if they have awesome drone footage. Awesomer drone footage. Hire a professional, that's what I'm saying. And that's going to cost money. It adds to the bottom line. As you're trying to tabulate the cost for the content of your website and having a professional do it for you, I use these rules of thumb when we estimate for our clients. Pad your content development time with at least 4 hours of research. You have to plan out what you're going to write and determine what's going to be on every single page. And that takes time. Next, give yourself at least 2 hours to write each page of the website. Maybe longer if it's a complicated matter, or if you have a lot to say, or if you find writing challenging. Maybe just hire a professional to do it for you. So the biggest challenge of building a website is getting the content to put into the website. And it can be so hard to write about yourself. When I try to write about myself, I'm just like, bleh, I hate this. I like writing about other people though. That's actually fun to hear their story and put it in their voice. The biggest holdup to getting your website done on time is getting the words to put in the pages of your website. Number one, hands down. So if you can make that process faster by hiring someone else to do it for you, even if it's a friend or family member who loves to write, just take the burden off your shoulders and have someone else write it for you. Next up, photography. You not only have to shoot the photos, you also have to edit them and format them to put them on your site. Give yourself 3 to 4 hours for each photo shoot, and then at least 30 minutes to edit each image and put it on your site. One of my favorite free photo editing that I've used a lot is called GIMP. And GIMP is a free program that you can download to your Mac or PC. It is fully featured. It reminds me a lot of Photoshop. Kind of overwhelming. But there's also lots of really cool apps that you can use on your phone to edit images as well. Video production. You can do videos on your home camera or your phone and produce them yourselves if you want to, or you can pay a video production company. It's really based on the quality that you need to provide to get the results that you want. Video production is amazing, and it takes a really long time to get good videos produced. So one of the things that our clients often do, since they have a big website project that they're working on, is they'll start big website project, doing that this 6 months. The next 6 months of the year, set aside the marketing budget to work on those videos. The videos will take money and effort. Some videos you could get a freelancer to do for you for a couple $100s, while others you're going to pay $5,000 to $10,000 for your video based on what you want or need out of it. So after you get all the words written and the photos taken and edited, you're going to have to put everything into the website. So you're going to have to make it look nice too. For this task, give yourself an hour and a half to 2 hours a page. It takes a while. You're like, I know exactly how this is going to go. You put it in there and you're like, not working. And then somehow you delete one little piece of something and everything moves, and then you have to figure out what you deleted. It takes a second. Make sure you give yourself time to get it all done. So now we know who's going to build our website, what process it's going to be taken through, and we know what we're going to put on it. But we still haven't thought about what we want the website to do. And when I say to do, I mean, how do we want other people to interact with our website, and how do we want to interact with our website? Some websites have a members only section. Some have blogs. Others have news features or integrate with automated email marketing. If you want to sell things on your website, add $1,500. If you want to add a blog to your website, $300. If you think, I want items to fly in as I scroll down the page, I'm saying start at $400, and the more things that you want to have fly in, just add hundreds of dollars to it. The more stuff moves and blinks, the more time it takes to do. Functionality can be a dark hole. You don't realize all the things that you want your website to do until you get in there and you start playing with it. And that's where we run into trouble, especially with those template designs, because a lot of the times there's a dead end and it won't let you keep building the functionality onto the site. Let me give you an example. You have an email form. All you want people to do is send you an email. That seems simple, right? Right, it is. Now let's say that when people submit the email form, you also want it to send an autoresponder, an email, to the person who needs to be notified and the person who submitted it. All right, but that takes a little bit longer to do. Now let's take it up another level. Let's say that when somebody submits the email form, you also want them to register for an event and you want them to pay for something. That's another level of functionality. And you may not have even thought about all the things that you needed for the event when you originally set it up. So with functionality, always plan with the end in mind. Plan, plan, plan. I can't, you know what, let me say it just one more time. Plan. It's super important because the last thing that you want is have to go back and redo that thing all over again because you forgot this small component that you can't add in on the end. Now, let's talk about post-sale service. All the other things that we just talked about are things you're probably paying for upfront with your website development. Now there's all these things that are ongoing throughout the life of your website that you have to consider as part of your budget. These things include hosting, your SSL certificate, if you want to have ongoing search engine optimization. Maybe you want to pay somebody to help you maintain and update your site. You also need to update the software on your website if you're on an open source software like WordPress, because WordPress is awesome if you plan on doing online advertising to drive people back to your website. Hosting costs for your website can vary. If you've got a 5-page, no-frills site that doesn't get a lot of traffic, you can probably get away with a $6 a month hosting package from somebody like GoDaddy or Network Solutions. But if you have a website that is the base of your business, that can't go down, that has thousands of people hitting it every single day and selling your products, that's a different bag altogether. And you're going to pay somewhere $100 or more a month for the hosting of your website. Updates and maintenance will vary per website, depending upon what you have to do. For some people, it's easier to enter into a maintenance plan where you pay a set monthly fee and are contracted for a specific number of hours with your web design company. For other people, you just pay as you go. If you're going to pay as you go, make sure that you ask for an estimate before you get started, because sometimes you're asking for something that's like cartwheels when what you really wanted was, like a forward roll. So in that instance, your web design professional can help you make an update that might be exactly what you wanted and a little bit closer to your budget. So you'll have your software updates that you also have to budget for. You could do them yourself. It's a click of a button. However, sometimes that can backfire. So make sure that you're taking backups so that if it does backfire, you can back up your site and you don't go down. Services like that can cost anywhere from $15 to hundreds of dollars a month. It just depends on who you contract with it. Ours is $24.95 a month. And last but not least is search engine optimization. Depending upon how many pages you're trying to optimize for and how vast your subject area is, search engine optimization could be done in one big chunk, just doing on-page optimization, or you might be paying somebody continually to do link building or do blogging for you to help you raise in the search engine rankings. Blogging, link building, these activities are things that you're going to pay hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars a month for, depending upon how much content you're trying to optimize for. So if search engine optimization is a number one goal for your website, make sure that you put that as a line item on your budget. So now you know everything you need to know to estimate a website. But if you hate math, guess what? You don't have to do math. You can hop on over to MayeCreate.com and use our website calculator. You'll choose the type of design process you like, enter your content, the number of pages and how you'd like to have your text and photos developed. You'll check boxes for the types of functionality you're looking for, and last but not least, you can determine your post-sale services, all without talking to a salesperson. We promise that we will not stalk you unless we think that you are really, really cool. Once again, I'm Monica Pitts with MayeCreate Design, and thank you for watching our video on how much a website costs. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, or leave a comment down below if you have questions. And if you really enjoyed this video and want to hang out with us some more, follow us on social media @MayeCreate. Thanks for watching. Bye!